Oh, get over here. Oh shit, it's fine.
Sorry.
I can't keep doing this. I cannot keep doing this. Every week.
Someone that gets hurt.
This guy is not on any of my teams. I didn't draft him. And some of you may know I don't like drafting wide receiver twos. But this is still a travesty. He caught a touchdown pass for my favorite wide receiver, Mr. Keenan Allen. One of my favorites, at least. Mr. Consistency, right behind Mike Evans, of course. This is getting ridiculous. Ridiculous as come this college job, Mike Williams. I didn't have him. Matt, did you have Mike Williams?
No.
Andrew, did you have Mike Williams? In 3 of your leagues? That's crazy.
Wow.
Okay. And also, Mr. Bakhtari might be out for the year. I know he's not a fantasy option, but let's wish him well in his recovery.
Yes.
Future Jet. Okay.
Thank you for that, Sean.
Kyle, would you like to do it? Alright.
Week 4. It's time!
Yep.
Time! Here we go!
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Alright, so this was a crazy week.
We are without Andrew Burgett today.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm trying to take the role of Andrew. Andrew's normally the one who,
And I'll
starts the topics.
be keeping track of the spread picks. So.
You want to do a little recap before? Crazy week. Crazy week.
Yeah. Dolphins.
The Dolphins. How about Raheem Mostert and the chain? I started Mostert. I don't know.
What, 5 touchdowns by himself?
But Mostert had 4. I think a chain had 4. They had a combined 8. They combined for like 90 points. They would have beaten probably most fantasy teams.
Tua had 2 passing touchdowns. So yeah, he had 1 to Mostert and 1 to a chain. The little flip pass.
They had 8. I think they had 10 touchdowns. They had 8 of them.
Yeah.
And Robbie Chosen. Another one.
Last night's game, start off week 4. Lions, they're for real?
I think they are. I think they've been since the beginning.
They have a lot of roar to them this year.
They do. They have
Martin. Monty! 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
34 points.
My opponent had him on his bench. Thank the Lord.
Oh, God.
Thank you.
32
you.
carries.
For Monty last night?
Yeah, 32.
Yeah. Remember that? I've been seeing it all day. That draft video of Jameer Gibbs. He was sliding together.
Yeah.
And then 3 carries.
Trying to think of other games last week.
Week 3. We could do.
Cardinals beat the Cowboys.
Cardinals beat the Cowboys. Shocking upset. Might be. I'm shocked people want to talk about that more.
Yeah,
They didn't just beat them. They beat them by 2 possessions. Shocking upset.
yeah.
There's no reality where that should have happened. But football. Aaron Rodgers said it after that. He's like, anything can happen.
How about that? Wasn't it the first time the score was like 25-11 in the Eagles game?
Yeah. Score got me. 2
Yeah.
score got me's last week
Really?
with the Dolphins and Broncos. Fun fact: if the Dolphins, I think it was either the Dolphins or the Broncos scored 1 more touchdown, it would not have been a score got
So how was it a score Gami if it was
So it's a unique score that's never happened in NFL history.
70-20?
70-20's never happened.
Yeah.
I think if it was like 70-27, I think it wouldn't have been a score got me.
Patriots Jets was 15-10.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
Yeah. Zach Wilson.
Safety.
Yeah, that safety that Makai Becton allowed. Very nice.
Wilson.
Jeez. No.
But he didn't.
He doesn't deserve to be mentioned on this
Sorry.
great podcast.
And
Although he's the second worst throwing quarterback in the league. So
There are a few other games last week. We could talk about the Colts upsetting Baltimore with Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
that was a crazy game. Justin Tucker missing a 61-yarder. Maybe that power in that leg starting to give out a little bit. I think he had 2 opportunities last year.
Gus Edwards has a concussion now.
Oh Jesus!
So-
I was thinking of picking him up actually.
I think, he might have gotten cleared, but he did suffer one last week.
I know Jimmy Garoppolo still in concussion protocol. Devontae Adams had an insane week. Keenan Allen had an insane week. Mostert and Shane both had insane weeks.
Yeah.
A lot of people had insane weeks.
Raiders got me with the concussion.
Bug.
What do you the concussion bug?
Man, anyone else have a big week in fantasy? I think.
Keenan Allen had 18 catches.
Yeah, I said Keenan, Mostert, Adams. Who else? I mean, a chain, obviously, but I don't think a lot of people started him.
What do you guys think about? I mean, I have him in the league with Derrick Henry. Do you think he's going to get more volume, or do you think this is like TJ Spears?
I think he's gonna get it.
He's got him.
I would be I'm more concerned. I'm gonna have this take right now. I'm more concerned about Josh Jacobs than Derrick Henry because it's one thing when your offense is moving and you're not,
Mm-hmm.
but the Titans' offense was still.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything this week. Tannehill couldn't throw the ball. Henry couldn't run the ball. But they just ran into someone.
I have a bold take for this week. I told Kyle before. I think Najee gets around 15, maybe even 20 plus points this week against the Texans.
Like CMC's gonna go insane because I'm versing.
Yeah, Najee's been terrible, but he got the volume last week at 19 carries. He's not getting the receptions that we're used to him getting because of Jalen Warren.
Yeah.
He's getting the catches.
I'm hoping that Josh Jacobs comes back, but Najee's got to come back. I don't know. And then, those guys. See, that's why I don't like taking guys who did bad last year, even though I took Deebo Samuel. I don't like doing that. Like Cam Akers. People got screwed by him again.
Mm-hmm.
Second year in a row. People have gotten 6th round pick.
Yeah. Anything else before we move into
Kyle.
next week?
Texans blowing out the Jaguars. We might touched on that.
That was a shocker.
37-17.
But CJ Stroud making Nico Collins. I know they're not bad, but they're not elite receivers.
Tank Dell.
Tank Dell. Tank Dell's a top 20 fantasy player. We saw that
He's
yesterday.
a rookie.
I mean, geez, CJ Stroud. Everyone's talking about him possibly winning offensive rookie of the year. How about Tank Dell?
Mm-hmm.
How about him?
Absolutely.
I think certain teams need to get together. We can start with New York. Touch on them briefly. Their offensive line is terrible.
Both. And by the way, I didn't even know what team you're talking. I don't even know what team you're talking about right now because both New York teams are so bad offensive. Offensive line.
Becton's not living up to the hype.
Becton looks lost. I'm biased here, but I've been paying attention to them. Veritucker, he's okay, but the false starts are crazy, and then the rest of the Dwayne Brown won't even get me started on him. He's the reason why Aaron Rodgers is out. I don't like to put blame on people for injuries, but Leonard Floyd getting them twice in 4 plays should not happen.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
What were you saying, Kyle?
One other thing I could say, about the New York, I was referring to the Giants, I guess maybe the Jets can.
Exactly, there we go, yeah.
The Giants, their offensive line's horrific. Daniel Jones isn't even really bad. I don't think he's a terrible quarterback. I think he's like a decent quarterback that's just playing with not really great weapons or great line.
Do you think they get a pass because the Cowboys and the Niners have probably the 2 best defensive
I think
lines in the league?
I think he'll look. I don't know if he'll look the same as against the Cardinals, but he had a tough first half against Arizona, but second half he did very well in the second half against them.
Who are they facing next week?
Who are the Giants playing? Is it? I thought it was a worse defense than those two for sure. Who is it?
I'll look.
It is.
The Giants play the Seahawks this week.
Seahawks.
Yeah, so
Sunday night or Monday Night Football?
Not Sunday night, I don't know
It's
that.
at Monday night.
Monday night
So
game.
if they can't beat them, I think, or not beat them, but if he can't play well against them, then there might be a problem. But moving along to, we're just looking through some of those games from last week as well. Packers coming back against the Saints. That was when Carter went down. Is he playing this week?
No, probably not. Not ruled out, but week to week
Okay.
as a strain. What is it? AC strain? I think they're something in his shoulder. I know that.
Yeah, Packers played last night. Got beat by the Lions. Did not look good in the first half. Made a little bit of a comeback in the second half, but a little bit too late. Detroit's definitely a solid team.
Oh yeah. Love it.
Chargers, Vikings, the battle of the 0-2 teams. Chargers won. Now the Vikings are 0-3. The captain.
Brandon Staley might have had the worst play call I've ever seen.
Go for it.
Running the ball on their own 20 with a minute left, up by 4.
Captain Kirk.
He got bailed out. Absolutely bailed.
Besides that,
I think Staley might have been fired if they lost that game. Honestly, I think he might have been fired. Because if I was going, I would have fired him if they lost that game. It's crazy.
The only thing I can say besides that is the Bears 0-3 start, blowing out, or they got blown out by
That's not
Kansas City.
even right.
And Justin Fields, man, Justin Fields. So much hope for him. I really did. But
He had 40 passing yards entering the fourth quarter. I think he finished like 90, but it was like on the last drive.
it's upsetting. Fields. Alright, we can move on to week 4 now.
Yeah, trying to pull up the spreads.
Alright.
Before going into the this week's spreads, we'll go over the places we're all in. Sean, grade out.
We're gonna clap? We're gonna clap now?
Yeah, Sean.
We're gonna clap?
Sean, grade out. Nice work, Sean.
Oh yeah.
I am 2-0-1.
Yeah.
I got another tie early on. Logan, 2-1.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Me and Logan were at the bottom last year.
And Kyle and Andrew are both 1 and 2. Not
Alright,
bad.
alright. None of us are over. None
Yeah,
of us are over.
exactly.
Might just jinx myself for clapping, but because when we did the claps last year, that's
I've been choosing primetime games as my spread the past few weeks.
I don't even know what
Let's see
spreads
if
it
we're going to continue. I know my spread.
Alright. We'll start it out with the London game, Jaguars versus the Falcons. Jaguars are -3, Falcons +3. I'm gonna go with the Jags.
I think it's close, but I'm going to take the Jags too. Just because that quarterback battle.
I think they
It's
bounce
not
back.
that Bijan, but
I
like
mean, quarterback battle.
it's not even close.
Yeah.
Two tough defenses.
Falcons doing well this game for defense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I played them in the first week and they did pretty good.
It's,
I underestimated them.
as some would say, it would be like grade school T-ball versus. That's basically
It's a
what it
great
is.
quote. Right,
So that's like the quarterback battle of this week between the Falcons and the Jaguars. Desmond Ridder is the worst quarterback in the NFL, and there's no debate about it. Oh, I think there's very little debate. He might be. I think he's worse than Zach. I think he's worse than Zach. Seriously, Desmond Ridder sucks. He can't throw the ball. Like if you talk about Wilson not being able to produce, I think Ridder might be worse.
Mm-hmm.
He's so bad. He's so bad. The Falcons, they should consider themselves lucky that they have Bijan and Algier to help them out, at least for running the ball. And they have a decent-minded offense, like a coach that can, run play calls that can get him in the end zone with those running backs. But man, I say it every single time. I probably broke the record by now, but the whole Pitts thing is just drafting him 4th overall just to not use him, just go run heavy and not use him.
Yeah.
Was this in 4th? Oh, they did. Right after Jamar.
I don't understand how that can even be possible. You could have drafted an offensive lineman. You
I
could
don't know
have.
if I'm going.
Didn't Jamar go 5th? He didn't go that early, right? Bengals took him, I think.
Bengals? Yeah, no, they had another pick.
I thought they had the 5th pick.
Might have the 5th. Alright, wait. Alright, now we gotta go over this. Alright, that draft. It was Lawrence, Zach, and who was after them?
Who was that 2020?
It was Trey Lance.
Oh yeah, okay, then he was 5th. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was 3rd.
You're looking at.
Yeah, 2020 it was.
I think Lance was 3rd.
Yeah, Lions was 3rd.
It was not 2020. 2021, I guess.
Yeah.
2021.
Who was after Chase? Siwa?
Pitts.
No, Siwa.
I think Peninsula went 6th.
Trevor, Zach,
Yeah.
Trey, Pitts, Chase, Waddle, Sewell,
Waddle.
That's right.
J.C. Horn, Patrick Surtain, Devontae Smith, Fields, Parsons. All right, that was a good draft.
Okay. Bills, Dolphins. This is crazy.
This is a tough game.
The Dolphins are +3 after blowing out the Broncos by 70 points. I'm not by 70, man, you know what I mean. But I'm gonna take the Dolphins.
I think they cover, but I don't think they win. I think it's gonna be like one of those close games. Might be a shootout. I'm gonna take the Bills though at home.
I think Buffalo can get it done. Dolphins have been on a roll. I don't know. I mean, they could continue.
I wouldn't doubt it if they win, but yeah, I'm leaning the Bills.
But there's got to be something that these odds makers see, because to most people the Dolphins should be favored, and the books have it at -3 for the Bills, so they see something. And Bills at home is going to be tough. Bills at home is always tough. In that kind of environment for opposing teams. Dolphins last week were at home against a Denver team where the other sideline was like 120 degrees. I mean, that's not the reason they lost. They got whooped bad, but I think it's definitely a more competitive one than last week. I think the Bills can make it a good game. But I think the Bills win.
I think that's a big day.
Yeah, I think you guys do. Alright, Panthers Vikings. Maybe a Thielen revenge game coming up, but the Panthers are +4.5 and the Vikings are -4.5. And the Vikings.
It's tempting, but
I think the Vikings win, but I'm not gonna pick them.
yeah, I'm gonna go Vikings.
I think I can only go in here.
This Panthers team is just. I was actually my spread pick last week, and Dalton didn't look bad. Kept him in it for a while, and then just couldn't do enough. Seattle scored a ton on him. I can see the Vikings probably scoring a decent amount as well. Justin Jefferson, Hawkinson, Matt Madison.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to say. Vikings -3.5 is Logan's pick.
Ooh, alright.
I don't mind that at all.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna like that one, but I kind of like that pick for Logan. I think the Vikings can win that pretty clearly.
Did you guys say 4.5? The line moved since, because when Andrew got it from Logan, it was 3.5. So maybe.
It's 4.5 now.
Okay, yeah. So.
So you got it before the movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think it's a pretty good pick. I mean, I think the Vikings should win the game. Panthers are. I don't know. Panthers are. Adam Thielen's been putting up numbers. Miles Sanders isn't. I mean, he had a touchdown last week.
You got a lot of work last week, Sanders.
So, I don't think they're terrible, but 0-3 start. Some teams I feel like, especially the Vikings, they're better than the record indicates.
Yeah.
Chargers might be a little bit better than the record indicates as well, but some teams for sure are as bad as the record indicates, such as the Broncos and the Bears. Which actually the next game.
It is. As I say, speaking of that, 2 heavy hitters coming up. The Broncos and the Bears. This is gonna be a crazy game. The O has to go. So whose O goes? I'm gonna say the Broncos O's go.
I think so too.
The spread on that Broncos game.
This is Andrew's pick. Bears +3.5.
Wow.
Back-to-back games with a pick.
I can't trust this Bears team to cover any spread against any team in the NFL because they looked terrible. And I don't understand what Justin Fields has been doing, but it hasn't looked good. Against the Bucs, was it week 1? What week was it? 1, 2? Was it 1 or 2? Where he threw against the 1-yard pick six, where he just threw it right
I think
in
2.
the defensive lineman's arms.
He knows 2.
It's just so sad to see. Week 1 they played the Packers, I think. Lost that as well. So Packers, Bucs, Chiefs. Chiefs kind of knew they were gonna get beat up on. Losing the Packers, not the worst loss, but then the Bucs as well. 3 losses in a row. You're playing the Broncos. The Broncos are gonna be pissed off and embarrassed after the beatdown they got last week. Even more so than the Bears gonna be embarrassed. The Broncos are going to win the game. I'm going to say Broncos are going to win the game.
Alright, we got a tough spread here. There's a 1.5 point difference. The Browns and the Ravens. These are always unpredictable, these games. Besides the 10 years where the Browns stunk. But the Browns are favored. I'm going to go Ravens.
I'm gonna go Brownies.
I like the Ravens here. Let me see if there's any other. There's quite a few games on this.
We have a lot of 1 o'clock games this week.
Oh, yeah. Before Bye-Mageddon next week, a lot of teams on bye next week.
Yeah.
It seems like the Ravens definitely have some close games against a lot of teams, or at least it seems for me that way. I think the Ravens can win now on the road. I'm not a Browns guy. I don't know why. I'm just not. I've never really been.
Yeah.
Since
I
Watson.
don't like that offense.
Since Watson came back from suspension, it's just like.
Chubb's out.
Yeah, no Chubb. Watson. I don't know how good the Ravens defense is in comparison to other defenses they played, but sometimes I'm just not a big Watson guy. I don't think he's what he was a few years ago.
No, definitely not.
He's a little bit washed up.
There's 9 1 o'clock games.
Wow.
So
Alright. Next up is this is close to the spread that I took last week. Colts Rams. I'm gonna take the Colts here. I'm sleeping on them a little bit. Colts are minus
Yeah,
one. Not my spread pick.
Yeah.
But
It's tough. I think I'm gonna go Rams. But Colts are also pretty good at home.
I like Richardson.
Yeah, he's good.
Coming off from a big win versus the Ravens. Kyle?
you're talking about the last week game?
Colts Rams.
Colts and Rams.
We're just touching on that last week game. That was a Minshew game, I think.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
They got it done.
Went to OT, still got it done now.
Mm-hmm.
Without Richardson.
Yeah, I like the Rams. I like the Rams here. Not with the spread, but I think they can win.
Yeah.
I think Stafford, I didn't give him like credit a few years ago, but I mean, with what he has, he's producing a lot. I think he can win this game. Colts, they're another team where I'm not that high on this year, similar to the Browns, but the Rams are a decent team, I think. At least they've shown that they can hang in there a little bit. I want to take a look at some of their previous games before moving along, if I can find them. Let's take a quick look, because I know Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams have been having good seasons so far, have been looking very good. They played Seattle week 1, right? That was the 30-13 Rams win. And then they lose a one-score game to the Niners, and then a one-score game on the road to the Bengals. So their 2 losses have been to, on the road to the Bengals and then to the Niners, one of the top teams in football. You know what? I'll lock in the Rams. I'll do it. I think they're a decent team. I'll lock them in.
Wait, what's the Rams? Are they?
Rams +1.
Okay. That's good, Kyle.
They've only lost to, in my opinion, very good teams, so I think they can win this.
Yeah.
Alright, next up is Saints Buccaneers.
Saints and Buccaneers. I'm going to take. Oh, do you want to go first? Sorry.
Steve, if you want to.
I'm gonna go the Buccaneers. Actually, Kamara's back too, but I still have confidence the Bucs can get it.
I'll go Saints. Derek Carr might be out. I'll still go Saints.
This is a
Actually,
Winston
yeah, I'll go
start?
Saints. Yeah, they're home. AK's first game out. I'm switching it.
You're going with Saints.
Yeah, I think they could split that series. I think Bucs will take it when they're home.
Yeah, I don't trust Winston at all. I don't trust him at all. Was his interception rate when he was last starting as quarterback wasn't like he threw just as many interceptions as he did touchdowns?
Yeah.
It was a
Well, yeah. He played a lot for them last year. He didn't do terrible. But when he was on the Buccaneers, he had like 30 touchdowns, 30 picks.
Turnover machine. Oh man, this game's like. This division actually is kind of interesting to me. The Bucs, Saints, Falcons, and Bucs, Saints, Falcons, and who's the last one in that division?
Panthers?
And well, not really them, but the other 3 I feel like can all, possibly win the division. Those 3. I'm gonna go with the Bucs.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the Bucs.
Eagles Commanders. I'm going Eagles.
I'm going Eagles too.
This should be a routing. This shouldn't even be competitive.
In Birds Land.
this should not be competitive. Eagles lost the, I was gonna say the R word, to the
They didn't.
Commanders.
Yeah, they did lose to them.
They lost the Commanders last year. Like, Commanders they're a joke. If they lose to Commanders, I'd be shocked. Eagles are much better than the Commanders.
Commanders are 2-1.
Yeah.
I mean, they beat the Cardinals, and then they beat, who did they play week 2? That they beat.
Don't remember.
The Cardinals win was like a 1-score game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna check that because that Cardinals game was left a lot to be desired. Because they kept that. It was 2016 against the Cardinals, and then they beat the Broncos. Remember that Hail Mary? It was a Hail Mary game. The Hail Mary from Wilson. They won that game, but like the Broncos, and they got blown out bad by the Bills. Now they're starting to play some good teams. They beat the Cardinals and the Broncos, then they play the Bills, a good team. Now they're playing the Bears, another good team. They're gonna get thrashed. I hope to see like a massacre, like a 40 to like 10. That's what I want to see.
Computer's dying.
That's what I really want to see.
Alright. Bengals Titans. I'm going with the Bengals. Tempting lock, but I'm not gonna do it.
That's my lock.
That's your
Bengals,
lock?
-2.5. Titans are horrible. They're horrible. Bengals looked great the other night. Ryan Tannehill is probably bottom 5 quarterback this season. They're going to rely on Henry. I feel like Luanarumo and that Bengals defense is going to just focus on him. And besides D-Hop, they don't really have anybody, so we all know who he's going to try and throw to. So just feel like they're kind of predictable. They only scored 3 points last week. That's my lock. Doom.
Kyle, who do you think wins?
I think the Bengals win. I think the Bengals
They
definitely
should win. I think
Um,
week 1 and 2 were that's over. Even though you never an insane week, I think that's the butterflies are gone. He's done his whole career. I think it's
I'm thinking like a 30-something to 14 win for the Bengals. Like I think they use them out a lot.
so Tannehill had one good week, and it was against the Chargers. And that was one of the worst teams as far as letting up passing yards and the opposing quarterback throwing for a lot. So that's, I guess, I think part of the reason Tannehill did good against them. Maybe this is the resurgence of Eric Henry.
I think, yeah, I mean, my final score prediction, 31-14 Bengals. D-Hen will get one, and D-Hop will get one. Other than that, nope.
So Jamar Chase, read that.
I think Mixon continues it.
I hope so.
I think Chase has a big day.
Come on,
7,
Chase.
8 catches,
Chase had some
120 yards maybe.
Chase had some bad weeks to start the year. He had
Yeah.
a great week last week.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully this will start.
Who day?
Bengals started pretty, slow last year, and look what happens. That's actually a very good pick. I think the Titans suck. I think they have Henry and I think it's just Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing every year.
You gotta give them more volume if they want to win. I know they're losing early, but at least like pass it to them or something, like screen pass. He just runs through people.
I'll say this. I think I'm not gonna get into it's like
He's been outsnapped by TJ Spears on the season. He's outsnapped by a rookie running back.
It's like
I also want to mention he does not have an ACL. I want to point that out.
Yeah.
I remember him getting drafted. That's where you just reminded me of that because I remember him getting drafted. And they said he does not have an ACL in one of his lungs because it got torn and then I don't even know what happened. But he's a running back without an ACL and he's out snapping Derrick Henry.
Oh, Spears doesn't have an ACL.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I something maybe I don't know. I
Wow.
had something with that. I tore it too much.
Yeah.
That was a good lock pick, but there's one I like a little bit more, and that's the reason why I didn't go that. It's the next one, the Chargers at the Raiders. I'm locking in the Chargers -4.5. I didn't go Chargers yet, right?
No.
I didn't. Alright, just making sure.
-4.5 for this?
Yeah. No Jimmy G. If they don't have Jimmy G, then that's
That's a
a
good pick.
bloodbath.
Mm-hmm.
That offense has been looking. I know they don't have Mike Williams anymore, but they got Quentin Johnson and Josh Palmer just waiting there. Still no Eckler, but that didn't stop that offense last week. I think as long as that defense holds up, they'll be fine. And against Jared Stidham, should hold up.
Aiden O'Connell for the Raiders in preseason looked really good. I know, I'm not saying, I'm just.
Whoever they start.
He's their third string. I think he should start for them this week.
I'll see it.
Did they say who it's going to be?
No. If Jimmy G doesn't clear, we don't know.
Okay. So all our locks are in early after like 4 o'clock game. Usually we've been waiting a little bit, but there's not many 4 o'clock games, right? 3 of them?
3 of them.
I mean, there's only 3 of them, right?
There's well, I think there's more 1 o'clock games now. There's usually like 7, 8 1 o'clock games.
And there also is a London game too.
Yeah.
That we were counting.
It's that 1 o'clock, so 4 o'clock, I think.
Yeah, like what is our friend Scott Hansen gonna do? The Octobox. There's gonna be 9 games.
They should do they should do like, I don't know, like the Ravens and Browns or something, flex to the 4 p.m. slot.
Yeah.
That's insane. Alright, next is the Cowboys against the Patriots. You guys better beat the shit out of them. Or beat the crap out of them. Cowboys.
Yeah.
Should win that one.
We said this last week, but they should win. Bill Belichick's, mastermind of football, but I don't know. Going into Dallas will be tough.
Yeah. Over the hill, Bill. Can't do it anymore.
Over the hill, Bill.
Where'd you hear that one?
No, dude, he's listen, the Cowboys are coming off of a bad loss, and Ramondre Stevenson is probably their best player, right, on offense.
Yeah.
I think Pollard has a huge day.
Wait, am I versing him? If I'm versing him, that
Pollard's
means.
gonna have 20 plus carries.
Hold up.
100 plus yards, 5 catches.
I'm not versing him this
He
week.
might even have multiple touchdowns.
No, I'm not versing. Sorry, not gonna happen. Although someone I am versing, so get ready for a huge week from Derrick Henry. Oh, and Bijan. Both have huge weeks.
Alright, that's over
Oh my god.
Bill.
The next one should. Alright, we said this last week, but Niners Cardinals. It should be the Niners. Will be the Niners.
I was impressed with the Cardinals last week.
Ham-
Josh Dobbs ran all over the guy. Like, passing wise and running wise, he ran all over them.
People said they were going to go 0-17. That's not going to happen. But will they beat the Niners? As a smart man once said, I'm going to say no.
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, Cardinals are going to definitely compete for the 1 pick this year. With the Bears, with the... Who else could compete for the 1 pick? Definitely the Bears, and those were the top 2 front runners for it. Niners going to win, and it's going to be easily. It's not going to be competitive. Niners are the better team on both sides of the ball. And Niners are... Purdy doesn't make that many mistakes. Their offense is elite, their defense is elite. They have great weapons. McCaffrey is one of the best running backs in football, one of the best all-around players in football. Devo's been doing good. They have Ayuk.
Kittle had a big game last week.
Kittle.
Starting to pick it up.
Debo might be out though.
It went out, and I think they still route.
Yeah, they should.
Ayuk's questionable too, but I think he's
They could put anyone they want in that.
Jennings.
And that's in that Shanahan system.
Jennings,
Yeah.
I would strongly advise against starting James Conner in fantasy. I'll say that.
Okay, we don't have to talk about the Sunday night game.
Yeah, no, let's talk about it.
Okay.
Jets, Chiefs.
Okay, Jets, Chiefs. Chiefs. Okay, next, yeah.
Chiefs.
Okay, next,
Yeah.
Chiefs.
I would go a little bit into this.
I don't have to do
Let's
that.
go into this a little bit.
Yeah, we love Sunday night games.
So,
Yeah.
this one is in East Rutherford. It's at the Jets.
You hear the rumors that we're gonna be handing out friendship bracelets? I swear if we do that, I will not be a Jets fan anymore.
Wait, at the game?
At the game. If I see a single Jets fan, I don't care if it's a fan, a single Jets fan, I'm done. I'm not being a Jets fan
Who
anymore.
are you gonna go to?
I will go to a team that knows how to run a franchise, the Arizona Cardinals. Yeah.
That's
They know how to run a team. They got Josh Dobbs. Who do we have? Trevor Siemian. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this game's
It's gonna be.
Mahomes and Kelsey.
I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. I think it's gonna be like, honestly, I don't even want to meme it. 28-30. That's my final score prediction.
I was thinking like 30-10. I'll give the Jets a
28-30. That's my
I'm
prediction.
going 30-10.
Mahomes generally can perform against any defense,
Yeah.
regardless of how good they are. And
Did in the Super Bowl.
and Kelsey is an absolute beast every time he touches the field. Besides the two of them, I mean, I don't know who else could really have a great day on the Chiefs offense.
Rasheed Rice started to.
He could have had a big day. He was up to 1 on 2 touchdowns. He almost had a big day.
I
Yeah.
don't think any receivers on the. I mean, just have good quarters. I don't know how good the receivers are going to do, but Kelsey's different beast. He'll put up numbers regardless.
Who's gonna guard Kelsey?
I don't even know. I guess that'll depend. Sauce and Reed should lock up those receivers. Sky Moore's pretty fast.
I don't think the receivers are going to do much of anything against the Jets corners, but
They'll probably put Sauce on
Might be a big Kelsey day.
yeah, Kelsey's elite. I mean, we all know he's elite. That's not, that's obvious. As far as the Jets go on offense,
We're not moving the ball.
it's
I'm
not
not gonna
great.
move the ball.
Zach Wilson, I think he actually might be better than Ritter, but
No, he's not.
like that's not much of an accomplishment. because Ritter-
He's not. And it's not even an accomplishment because he's not Desmond Ritter. I'd rather have Desmond Ritter right now.
Oh man,
Yeah, I would.
if you'd rather have Ritter, you'd be running the ball 100% of the time.
I'd rather have probably any starting quarterback over Zach. Even Justin Fields. Only because of his running ability. Alright, enough talking about this poverty franchise.
Yeah.
Next one, and I consider this one for my lock. Giants Seahawks. -1.5 for the Seahawks. I'm gonna say Seahawks win.
Seahawks home.
Yes.
Yeah, I like the Seahawks here. Kenneth Walker had a huge week last week.
I'm hoping that happens.
I think it'll continue.
Saquon back?
A questionable, but probably not.
No Saquon. Seattle with Saquon. I think it's.
I still think Seattle would win with or without Saquon. They faced him last year and embarrassed him. I remember that because the
Seattle's
Giants
a
started.
tough place to play
Yeah.
too.
Giants started at 4-1 or something last year, and then went into Seattle, and Seattle absolutely embarrassed them.
Yeah.
It's a little bit easier for defense than the Niners and the Cowboys. But
Shouldn't be a blowout, but I still think it's gonna be Seattle winning.
They should win. I mean, Gino's pretty good. DK, Lockett, Walker,
Jackson Smith.
yeah. That's about it for the week. I mean,
It's all the games.
looking in particular, should we do some boom bust for fantasy? You guys think?
Let's see. I can go through my whole whoever I'm versing is gonna boom. Alright, boom. See who's gonna. I know this is a pretty hot take here, but CMC I think is gonna have a huge week. Huge week.
I think Najee's gonna boom. That's your boom.
I think so. Well, I said Pollard, Diggs. I think Najee's up there. I think like a surprise boom. There was one more I was thinking of.
I know a decent boom for this week.
Didn't I tell you them before, Sean? Pollard, Diggs.
You said D Hop was gonna score tutty. I know that.
In the room before I said Pollard, Diggs, and like one. I don't remember who it was.
I was versing 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
It wasn't Pollard either.
Oh,
I think- I think
McCaffrey.
it was-
I said
it was
McCaffrey.
it.
Yeah, I said McCaffrey. Who did you say, Kyle?
Last year, the first game, the first like really great game of his career was against the Commanders. He had, I think, 130, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns. Smitty, that was the best fantasy game of the year against Washington last year.
Yeah.
So I hope he does that again. Other people that can have a great week, I don't think it's much of a surprise. I think some of that Chargers offense could do well. I think honestly, like a really like surprise boom could be like their new wide receiver 2, Palmer. I think Palmer could have a pretty good week.
Yeah.
Mike Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Looking through here. Broncos, Bears. I don't know about that one. Dolphins, Bills. I mean, there's a lot of good talent on all these teams, but let's see.
Diggs is gonna have 30 plus points.
Oh yeah, he will. Absolutely will. I'm versing Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs in one league, and then Josh Allen in another league. So Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis,
Dawson
Knox, Dalton Kincaid, James Cook, Damian Harris. They will all have 50 points.
Latavius Murray.
He'll have 40.
Okay.
Is it the return of Henry? That's a question I really want to know.
I'm trying to get him in all my leagues because people have given up on him.
I really want to know that.
I don't want to give up on him yet.
But I think that's pretty much wraps it up for the most part.
Alright. Well, I guess as the great announcer once said, we will see you tomorrow night.